We're going live. I want to see if
You ain't even let me put my arm in my sleeve. I was looking at tattoo
I know.
ideas,
We were just
and I
fucking
was
talking
trying.
like I was trying. We didn't even get to scrap it up. This man said we're going live right
I
now.
was like looking at my
it's a
arm, trying
little
to figure out
late.
what my next
Oh, it's a
tat was
little
about.
late.
All right, man. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
Come on, Mister
wow.
Postman.
Y'all go on Facebook and share.
What?
Yeah, don't.
Share it.
Yeah.
Share it. Share it.
Oh, y'all can hear it here. Chris Zaltowski.
I posted.
I personally get.
All right. First game we're
Yo,
gonna get
why you
into.
breathing? Why you breathing hard as hell? Like, that
Stomach.
hell left on the mic, bro.
My bad. My bad. My bad. I'm good now.
Brady broke his silence. What Brady said?
Oh yeah, he basically made ESPN look stupid.
Well, that's ESPN fault. I don't know why Adam Schefter would do that.
He basically gave all like the typical player that's like doesn't know if he's retiring or not yet. I'm still thinking about it. I'm gonna take my time. When the time is right, I'll know if I'm playing or not. You know, the typical player that's on his the cusp of retiring. You know, but
That's
the thing is you think it's kind of crazy that like they kind of like try to steal Big Ben's spotlight because Big Ben's this is like Big Ben's time. Like I retired. I'm first ballot Hall of Famer potentially. Well, he definitely is, I think. But let's just say potentially. You never know with these voters. But let me just ruin his spotlight right now. Let me say he's retiring.
I don't know why Adam Schefter would go
The
out there
goat
and go.
immediately.
He
Everybody
probably
was like the goat. Everybody was putting posts like
he was on his
congratulating him
TNT.
on a career. Like
He
That
was on
was
his
that was
TNT.
bad by Adam
DL was
Schefter.
shocked. DL was like, "Oh my god, I thought he had
I
another
was
2 years."
so
Yeah, I was like,
I was
he
so happy. Let's start like that. Yeah, I was happy that Brady was like retiring, bro. I
he
was like,
came out
yeah,
with, oh yeah, Patrick Mahomes about to win 2 or 3 more Super Bowls.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
no,
Yeah,
no,
You
yeah.
ain't got
No,
nothing to worry about.
don't go into that right now. Like, no.
oh, too soon. Too
Now, I'm not
soon.
gonna grill him too. I'm not gonna grill him right now, but I am gonna grill him. I am gonna grill you, and this whole Tom Brady thing. This kills everything you've been saying about that.
All right,
I
hold on.
mean,
Man. It really doesn't. And so I'm gonna come and defend that because it doesn't.
It's because of who he lost to, bro.
It's because who
In the
he lost to. Oh
in
my.
the in the in the manner that he did. Both of your teams got kicked out.
we're not gonna get into that yet. We're talking about Tom Brady right now. We'll get into the Chiefs and Bengals, but
Hold on. Where the hell is the
Because
music? All right, there we
they
go.
was
There we
doing
go. I
that
couldn't
they was
find. Hey,
doing that to the
yo,
Steelers too this year.
but but
we got y'all. We got y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I
Hold on.
honestly, oh, all right, we're doing the intro.
Yo. Welcome to another episode of House of Vital Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Dwayne Hewitt. I'm here with my guys, Chubbs and Smoog, aka Mr. Always Right. Chubbs, you got to find a nickname. Um,
It's
yo,
just
this episode, we're gonna be covering the AFC Championship. Talk about what does this loss mean for Mahomes' legacy. What does this mean for Joe Burrow's potential legacy? Tom Brady retiring. Matthew Stafford is one win away from a ring. Just goes to show you, you could be with a trash franchise. All you need is a one opportunity. And OBJ, was he really the problem in Cleveland? Let's
No.
tune in. All right, man. Let's get to it. Y'all want to start with Brady first? Because I
you want
Why
to
don't
get
want
not?
to
over
start
with,
with the
huh? You
Chiefs
want to get
Why?
first.
over
Why?
with, huh?
Why? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not?
So Adam Schefter came out with a terrible report saying that Brady retired. The whole sports world went into flames. We thought it was over. People were happy. Some people were sad. I think more of the league was happy that he was out of there. But then here come Tom's dad. Here come TB12. Here comes everybody. And you know what I think? I think Brady really at that moment was ready to retire because TB12 did a post basically saying he retired. But then Adam Schefter did the post first. and I think that pissed Brady off.
Yeah,
So in Brady fashion, he said, "Nah, I'm not
yeah.
gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna hold it off." I still think he retires because I just think it's time for his wife was like, "Yo, you
That's
won
who.
the ring with you
You think
won
he
the ring
retires this
without
year?
yeah he you won the ring without Bill
Yeah,
Belichick. You proved to them it wasn't Bill. Come home."
he's like putting out little hints too. Like he has a podcast or whatever or radio thing he's on, and he basically quoted what Kobe said before Kobe retired. Like he's putting out little hints that I'm gonna be done, but the fact of the matter is Tom Brady wants to make a splash in the media in whatever statement he makes, and he doesn't want anybody, like Wayne said, make it for him. So when Schefter jumped the gun, you know, he was like, wait, hold on. But at the end of the day, like I said before this, I think he was trying to steal Ben's spotlight in a way because this is.
They never really had no big rivalry. I just don't see the reason for him to do that.
But why would he just come right out of like the playoffs 2 weeks later and say I'm done? You know what I mean? And that's
Because
just like
it was that what was on the mind the whole time. You know,
I think he's getting pressured
I
into
want to
it.
give this moment for DL because he's a diehard Patriots fan. Brady is his guy.
Yeah,
So if this
Brady's
is the
my
end,
guy.
if this is the end of Brady, what does this
Oh,
mean to you?
I think,
What
like
is,
you said, if it's the end, well, I think, like you said, in that moment, he probably was ready to retire, because, like, coming from Adam Schefter is normally like he's a pretty credible source. So he probably was like, nah, I ain't going out like that. But if
yeah?
he does retire. He's the GOAT. I call him the GOAT right now. He's, he has numerous amount of accolades, whatever. You can go into it. But I just don't see nobody surpassing Brady. He has nothing else to accomplish, in my opinion. Nothing else to prove. He won it with the Bucks in his first year. Almost won it again. If he would have won this game this year, he definitely would have won another Super Bowl. But actually, if he would have had another receiver in the playoffs, he would have won the Super Bowl this year. But yeah, nothing else to prove. I wanted to see him and Bill in the Super Bowl this year. It didn't happen. So maybe, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe try to go back and play Bill, because I think the Patriots. Hot take.
Go back to the Patriots
No, I said I think the Patriots gonna make it next year. Maybe he wants to go back and play Bill in the Super Bowl. Try for
Y'all,
another Bill Brady matchup.
y'all making it next year without Josh McDaniels as your offensive coordinator, developing Mac Jones.
What's the news about Josh McDaniel?
Josh McDaniels just became the head coach of the Raiders.
Oh, I did not. Yeah. So I was saying he was not
Oh,
leaving. That's a hit.
it's a
That's a hit
big
for
hit.
us.
That's a big hit. Which goes
That's
to
a
my
hit for us.
question. We can go into it right now. We don't even need to say wait for it.
Wow,
Isn't he supposed to
Chris.
be the successor of of Bill Belichick?
Oh, Bill Belichick Jr. about to step
That's what I'm saying. Stevie B. Stevie B. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
See,
right.
that was news to me. I did not know that. I don't
Yeah, bro.
work off of.
Hey, for everybody, I just ruined his day a little bit.
You definitely did. You definitely did.
Good.
First Patricia, now McDaniels.
Didn't Patricia come home?
He went to Detroit.
He's back.
And,
Patricia
yeah,
sucked.
I'll keep up. He did not suck. He was one of the best defensive coordinators in the
He
league at the time.
sucked as a head coach.
Stop. Yeah, exactly. I agree. He went into a worse franchise.
Yeah,
So,
that's. I don't know if you guys are making it next year. You wanna
I mean,
take
I
some.
said the
You wanna take
Bills
some
probably
steps
going to
back
take
when you
over.
can, like before this is
Yeah,
over.
I
Like
mean,
because I don't think y'all are making it.
I didn't trust us this year, so it's
Sure
pretty
as
much
hell
the
ain't
same.
trusting you next year.
Yeah,
Nope.
I got my money. I mean, let me not say that. I'm a dog. What my Patriots looking at? Let's go. I'm going to rest of the
But
broadcast like this.
hey, if it's it for Tom Brady, TB12, he is the goat,
Yeah,
and it was an amazing career. Like I hate you. I'm glad you're gone, but I respect your career, man. You were crazy to watch.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna say my farewells. Good riddance. Let us watch good football in peace. You
Move
see what
on mission.
happens when you get out? Some amazing things happen. So, you know what I'm saying? And all the best Super Bowls are the Super Bowls that Brady did not participate in anyway.
That's not true because when he
Yeah.
lost to the Giants and you know what I'm saying,
That's a
lost
Ah,
to
you're
crazy
the
right.
game.
I was like,
Yeah.
I
It's a
was
crazy
happy.
game.
Just because Brady
I've never
lost. It's
seen
just because it
I've
was
never
Brady. That's the only reason why it was like a crazy. But that happens all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm farewell, good riddance. You are the GOAT. You are the GOAT for right now. For the GOAT right
right now.
now. For the GOAT right now. And let's get into it, man. The Bengals win the AFC. And I just want to say, even though I'm the biggest Patrick Mahomes fan,
I was
you
right.
I was right because I said in episode 1 that the Bengals were going to the Super Bowl. I said that in episode 1.
Did you say Bengals or you say AFC North? Because
Yeah,
I
you
I think you said AFC North,
I
man.
said that the AFC North.
I
no.
think
Let me
yeah.
see what I said. I said the AFC North will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. I said
Oh,
the Chiefs beat. I said the Chiefs lose to the Steelers. It will be the Steelers, but the Steelers lose to the Chiefs. It's going to be the Bengals. So I called it. Give me my credit. Give
okay.
me everything you want. I may have not picked them last week, but guess what? It's okay because I predicted it right the first time. That's all that matters. But all right, man. So the question that everyone wants to know is the Kansas City Chiefs run over? Because that's what it was on the internet yesterday. That Patrick Mahomes was washed. That he's not as good as he's supposed to be. If he didn't
So,
have Andy Reid,
Oh my
he would
goodness.
be a middle of the pack quarterback. That is what they're saying.
What
So
is going on with people?
I,
What is
I want to know.
people need to go back to the
good deal.
basic definitions of what certain words mean. Washed, overrated. Like, come on now. Patrick Mahomes washed because he lost a playoff game. Come on now. That's a Super Bowl already. Um, I don't think he's washed or overrated. I just think he lost a playoff game. It happened to the best of them. Happened in overtime. Um, saying that is like saying Aaron Rodgers is overrated. So
Ah,
saying saying Patrick Mahomes is like saying Aaron Rodgers is overrated. Patrick Mahomes saying Patrick Mahomes watch is like saying Aaron Rodgers is overrated. Come on, you don't league how many years? I mean, Patrick Mahomes.
this
You
was
said you said he's going to create a legacy of what?
This is 60
So
year,
how you
I
gonna
think.
say he was? You said he's gonna create a legacy.
Oh, I don't think he's washed.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I'm gonna go. Let me
Or
just
his
go.
fifth
Okay.
year.
Patrick Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the league. Yeah, he lost his game in terrible fashion. He cost his team the game. This is going to be a learning moment for him. You know, it's going to be a very, very important moment for him to learn and understand that the Bengals played probably one of the best defensive plans against Patrick Mahomes in the second half. And the way they schemed it up, it was beautiful the way they did off defensively. But the Chiefs, I was disappointed in their play calling. I was disappointed in the things they did throughout the game. You could see them starting to as soon as the Bengals scored that first touchdown. You could see them starting to like tense up and like not really be themselves. But yeah, for all that Patrick Mahomes talk, he's figured out this, that, and third. The internet was waiting for him to lose because he was a young guy that came in and balled right away. But now everybody likes Joe Burrow. Shout out to Joe Shiesty. He got the dub. But we got to stop this Patrick Mahomes hate. We got to. You guys are happy he lost. He's going to get the LeBron treatment. This is like when LeBron lost to the Mavericks. This is the comparable moment for Patrick Mahomes. And this would be a legacy defining loss. Because I'm telling you right now, Patrick Mahomes is pissed off that they just lost this game. And next year, he's throwing for 55 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. And I'm letting you know it's happening right now. But yeah,
Specifics.
this is
Gotcha.
comparable to LeBron James losing to the
So,
Mavericks.
say the question again for me.
Is the Chiefs run over?
I think this was their last big chance with the roster they got to get a ring within 5 years. Let me say why.
So the run is over.
For right now, just
It's
momentarily,
been 5
it's
years
not
now.
over. It's paused.
You
It's paused. This is
for
let me
five
let me
years?
Nah,
So
not
they're
5.
not gonna get it
Maybe
for.
3 years. Maybe 3 years. Maybe 3 years.
Oh my
But
god.
let's pause it. Let me say why. Let me say
Oh
why.
my god.
Let me say why. Let me say why. And I don't
Oh
care.
my
I
god.
don't care. But think
So I
about
want
it.
you to say it again. I'm gonna
You
ask you a
do
question
realize if they
again.
don't get it
It's
within
Is
the
it
next few
T
years, we're
one?
gonna
Oh
it
my
is
problem.
it's momentarily shut down. Let me say why. And
Oh man.
they have cap problems too coming up. They're losing the honey badger. They
he wasn't
it,
he wasn't he wasn't
stop.
bad
He's
no
still a
honey.
good safety. He's still a
He
good
was
safety. He's still
he was not
Hey
he
bad
Chris, he
was
no
didn't
not.
play the
He's
whole.
still a
He
good
he
safety.
didn't play the whole
He's
playoffs
still a good
basically.
safety. You're paying Frank Clark all that money
waste
for
of money.
what?
I agree with that.
For what? You got all these. Chris Jones is getting stupid money. You got Patrick Mahomes getting, which he deserves. Patrick Mahomes deserves it. The money he gets. Then you got Travis Kelsey. And then in a few years, Tyreek coming up, right? If I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
And that offensive line is not cheap. That offensive line is not cheap. And then Orlando's a free agent, and that's a left tackle. If you
He could be
franchise
one.
him, if you
He could be
franchise him,
one.
well, listen, if you franchise him, that's like 18 mil or something to the cap. The way the left tackles rates are going, that's a hit. That's why they need to get a deal done. But still, even if that deal gets done, he wants top left tackle money. He plays for the Chiefs. He's blocking for Patrick Mahomes. I've seen it before. All these Super Bowl roster teams eventually split up, and the team's not the same for a couple years, and then they get a couple pieces, and then they're right back in it. I think that's going to happen to the Chiefs. I'm not saying they're not going to make the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to make the Super Bowl consecutive years like we're used to, or the conference championship consecutive years like we're used to. The team's going to look different next year. Can we all agree that with that?
Yeah, I agree.
No.
That
I
happens
mean,
to
I
teams.
mean,
So
all team. Yeah,
I'm looking right
That
now.
happens to teams, though, right?
I'm looking right now. So
I mean, it's definitely look different.
The Dolphins have the most cap space going into next year. They have
Okay,
hella money. The Chiefs, although they're not the best,
they're not the
they're
worst.
like
They're
they're
not the
not the
worst.
worst.
I'm not
They're
saying
like,
they're. I'm not saying that.
yo, the Saints are bad. Yo,
Yes,
Sean Payton
I
fucking
know.
say stuff.
He said. He
Yeah.
said, "Let me get out of here. One more, leave a
So
boom before I leave."
The Chiefs have more cap space than you guys,
I
than the
know.
Ravens.
I know.
And then
It's a problem.
in 2023, the Chiefs are going to have a lot of cap space. Well, everyone in the league is pretty much going to have a lot
Yeah,
of cap space.
it's all gonna climb up. Yes,
And in
there's a new TV deal.
2024, they're going to have a lot of cap space as well. But players and prices will go up.
Right. Exactly.
But let me see how much dead money they have. They only have 2 million dead money. That's not a lot.
I just don't see it the way. Look, you already hear what they're saying about the AFC. How it's gonna be hard to win for years to come. You got the Bengals. You got the Bills. You
Is he
got the
still
Chiefs. You
is
got
he not the best quarterback of those bunch?
He's not. I mean, he is. I'm sorry. I'm saying he is. I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
He is. He is. He is. But let's not sit here and act like these teams that have these great quarterbacks don't have great defenses along with them.
He doesn't though.
If I'm Patrick Mahomes, the only quarterback I'm worried about is Josh Allen and Joe Burrow.
Okay, but
I'm not even
that's
worried
two
about
people you
them.
need to run into,
Like,
and then you got teams on the rise that just need a couple quarterbacks or
I mean,
defense,
no,
a couple places on
No,
defense.
no
I
team. I'm telling you right now, no quarterback is coming to the AFC unless
But
Deshaun Watson goes somewhere that because he's already in the AFC.
but I'm saying look at the
Deshaun
AFC.
Watson is another
Look at the
person I
AFC
would care
quarterbacks though
for.
right now. Look at the AFC quarterbacks right now though.
None of them are better than him.
But I'm just saying, look how hard it is going to be for years to come to win in the AFC.
He's still going to have Travis Kelsey and
I
Tyreek Hill for the
I
next 2 years.
I,
That's what I'm saying.
I,
Like
I
that,
get that.
and even whoever, like his other receivers, his
But I'm
offense is
saying,
high
but I'm
powered.
saying,
But
Patrick Mahomes had them this year, and look, Patrick Mahomes balled out. And this is I balled out the first half.
No, this was I would say this was a down
Look,
year for
listen,
him.
listen, listen. I'm talking about the game right now. I
Okay,
blame the coaching staff because they didn't make adjustments at
all right.
halftime. The
That
bank,
that's
the
my question. Who gets
the
the most blame?
the offensive, not offensive coordinators, the coaching staff, 100%, because they came out with a great plan, and they were running the ball down the Bengals' throat. They had like 100 yards first half. Why I don't know what happened second half, but they had 21. 21-3 at for the largest time, right?
Yeah.
I
The
don't
end
know.
of the end of the first half, that blunder was really bad.
That messed up Patrick Mahomes' confidence for some reason, I think. Then second half, they're like, you know what? We're
He
gonna do the
didn't. He
exact.
didn't. He didn't look confident. The team didn't look confident. They all looked tight in the second
I'm
half.
telling you, the second half, they're like, we're gonna do the same thing. They didn't make adjustments at halftime. Bengals made adjustments.
I
They
don't
were playing.
understand why. I agree with you. I don't understand why they stopped running the ball when they were literally getting 4 to 5 yards
It doesn't make
every
any
time.
sense.
They stopped playing Jerry McKinnon, and I'm like, that just doesn't make any sense. And then at the end of the game, with the
And I'm
opportunity to win the game,
saying one more thing after you say something. Go.
why you're on the 5 yard line with a minute 30 seconds left? The other team doesn't have any timeouts. Why do you not run the ball twice? And then you could throw for it on third down. You have it's second down. Run the ball on second down. Run the ball. No, it's first down. Run the ball on first down.
He
Run the
threw it
ball
three
on second
times. He
down,
threw it 3 times in
and
a row.
then
Yeah,
throw the ball on third down. And if
threw it
you're
three
gonna do
times.
and the way you would throw the ball on third down, do one of y'all little fancy little shovel passes in or something
Hmm.
like that.
Kelsey
You know,
coming on in a little trap
yeah.
play or something.
Let Tyreek run around like you about to throw it out to him, and then you pitch it into
So
Kelsey. Or
why didn't they try to feed him more with Eli Apple on him?
well, they started double teaming.
I
Eli
know, but
Apple is a seat though.
you
What
need
you
you
talking
need
about?
to attack the middle of the field if they're doing that
No,
cover
so
two.
the way they were doing it was, if you didn't really notice, they were only rushing three the majority of the second half. What they would
I
do,
know
they
they're
would,
dropping the DN into coverage. I remember in the
yeah,
flats. Yeah, I saw that.
it wasn't even the flats. He would bump Kelsey, follow Kelsey for a little bit, and then he would play in the middle. The middle linebackers were playing in the middle of the field, so it's more like man here.
It was
If
like a
you
show.
don't
And
have a man,
spy,
It
you
was a show. It
spy.
spy and play
Yeah,
zone,
was a
and
show.
so
yeah.
the middle of the field was not open. And
Because
so
that's how the Chiefs get their yards. They little dump and yak.
yeah, because the
Little
beginning
dumps and
first
yak.
half, the first half they were playing a lot of zone, rushing three, not really chipping, rushing four, playing a lot of zone. They
So
started manning up, have safety help over the top, and you have the linebackers play in the middle of the field to make sure nothing got across the middle of the field.
so
Um,
I got a question to counteract that question about whose fault. We all agree in somewhat primarily coaching staff, but
I'm
Patrick
giving
Mahomes.
it.
Patrick
I'm
Mahomes
giving it.
is the best quarterback in the league, correct? As to you, right? I'm just saying
I
right
give
Tom
now.
Brady hasn't
I
retired,
give him
so
60%. I give him 65% of the blame.
Who?
Patrick Mahomes, 65%
Okay,
of
great,
the blame.
great,
I'll go 70.
awesome.
70% of the blame goes to Patrick.
Why? All right, so you're saying they switched up for the second half. The Bengals adjustment with the DN. They did that majority of second half, right?
Mhm.
Why isn't Patrick Mahomes seeing that, calling a different play, and
They should
getting
just
out of it?
kept they should just kept running the ball until they got out of
But
that
I'm
shit.
saying, why didn't he just check it to a run play? Like my question is, does Patrick Mahomes really have that much
that
power
ability. Does he?
I
on the
Good
field?
honestly
question.
do. I think he has that much power.
Because he
He
doesn't
does.
really.
I'm gonna say no because you remember like last year or a year before he said, "Yo, I really just started to learn how to read defenses." So I think he's still grooming himself as a quarterback. Because you remember he didn't play quarterback majority of high school until he was a senior, so
But he's the best quarterback in the league.
senior year.
Yeah, that's a
So
question, Chris, right? That you just said. He's the best quarterback in the league. He
he's
can't
the best
read
quarterback in the
defense.
league.
He
Yeah,
can't read defense.
I mean, no, he can read defenses now, but like, yeah,
Okay, I was like, wait, but
but I'm
my
saying that the year that he threw for 50 touchdowns, he said he couldn't read defenses. He was just going out there throwing that shit up.
I mean, that's an athlete. That's an athlete for
but
you.
seriously, like, does he not? I mean, he must not have that much
Or
power on the
like,
field to check out of something.
like Nick Cannon or Drummer.
Yeah, I think he checks sometimes, sometimes he don't. But I mean, well, sometimes
But
if
the
the coach
greats do
calling
that,
a coach calling a play and they call it like it works. So
I guess.
and then quarterbacks they don't want to take the ball out their hand. Only Brady's the only person that say I'll take the ball out my hand.
You got, but you have Clyde and Jarek that are both rushing for
Well,
100 yards. I mean,
that's
not
and
together,
that's
together.
yeah. So I think, and this is what I'm going to say: Eric Bieniemy is just never going to get a head coaching job,
No,
unfortunately.
he just like messed his chances up. I'm gonna be honest.
That's the sad part, man.
He
Because we
just
were
did.
preaching for it, and now they're going to use this game as an excuse to say you don't know how to make adjustments. There's no reason for us to give you this coaching job because there's no reason why they should have lost 21-3. and it's sad.
So yeah, that's yeah. It's sad because Patrick Mahomes now has the second like biggest like comeback like happened against him in NFL history. The first one, obviously, the first one's the Brady Atlanta.
That's not the second biggest because the same thing
I
happened.
heard it today. I heard it today.
The same thing
18,
happened to Brady.
18 points though, right?
No,
Yeah.
it was what?
Oh well, whatever. It's still second. It's tied then.
No, when Brady came back twice, didn't he?
But
No, no, I'm
he's
I'm
talking
talking
about what
about
happened to this
blowing the
year.
lead, blowing the lead.
Oh, blowing the lead.
I don't
So
know.
Oh,
the
Was it
blowing the
18?
lead. Oh.
yeah,
Well, they're
so
tied.
Yeah, it was 18 points. It was 18.
Still tied.
so question is two questions. First question is Joe Burrow the next great quarterback? Is he in that Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes? Is he in that conversation with those guys?
If he wins a Super Bowl, yes.
I'm gonna say
So it's all predicated on him winning the Super Bowl.
He'll be in the top. He'll be in probably in the top 10 if he doesn't.
I
If he wins, he'll be in the top 5 discussions. Is what I'm saying.
I'll say if he wins the Super Bowl this year, he won't win the Super Bowl for a while, if ever.
But he's talking about like what are people
And
going to say?
I'm not gonna lie, DL. I totally agree with you.
But
I
are you
think it's
saying?
this year. I think it's this year or bust. I
Yeah,
think he
this
has.
year.
But
I
my
think
question,
if
my
he
question
doesn't win the Super Bowl this year, he's not gonna make it back for
are
the next
are
10
you
years,
saying for next year? Or are you saying for years to come?
for
For
years to
years to
come.
come. I think they're just hot. The
No, I
Bengals are
think
just
he'll
hot
be
right
top
now.
10. He'll be top 10 still though.
Top 10 quarterback.
I think
Yeah,
yeah.
top 10. But are you gonna put him in that elite? I think he has a chance to make it to that
If he
elite
if he wins, yeah.
top five.
I don't know, man.
Because if he wins, let's be honest, if he wins, he's getting the Super Bowl MVP,
Might go to
and then
Eli
he'll
Apple.
be in the elite discussion.
Might go to Eli Apple. I don't know.
I hope not. God, I fucking hope
And
not.
then the next questions is, and
I hope not.
DL's gonna go crazy on this. So I want us to answer this one at a time because I know it's gonna be clipped up. Can Mahomes be in the GOAT conversation anymore? Yes. Why? If not, why not?
Me first, or you
The
want to look?
floor is
You want?
yours, DL.
I'm gonna say no. Greatest of all time, no. Simply because he lost his playoff game to Joe Burrow. Now, unless he does something like fantastic, does something like Brady, like take his team 18-0 in the regular season, he lost in Super Bowl that year. But if he does something like that, then he might have his name back up there. But this was the year. This was his redemption year, in my opinion. And to lose in the fashion that he did, um, it wasn't all his fault. But at the end of the day, he's the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be able to get your team through situations like that. Even, Matthew Stafford was able to hold off Brady at the last moment in two deep balls to, Cooper Cup. So, but that wasn't deep ball to Cooper Cup. So I don't think, like I said, even in the long run, his team's going to start to, deteriorate. They're going to start getting new players. So he's not going to have the same opportunity either, to be able to do this from, you know, in the future. So I just don't think he can be, put in that conversation as the GOAT because Brady's still in the league. He's still dominating the league.
It's not what the question is. He's not
Can he be
saying
put in
is he the
the
goat. He's saying is
can
he
he
in
be
the
put in the GOAT?
conversation.
No, not I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right.
That's what I said. I don't think so.
Let me get him.
Everything I just said, I don't think
Let
so.
me get him, Chubbs. Who did Brady lose Super Bowls to?
Eli and what you call it? Buddy from Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
I didn't think of his name.
Man.
Are any of those quarterbacks as good as what Joe Burrow is right now when they won those chips?
No.
So
Playoff
how
game.
the
I don't know.
hell
I
can
don't
he
know.
not be in the conversation?
What do you
Old,
mean?
old Saint Nick was actually pretty good in playoffs. I mean,
He didn't lose in it. Patrick Mahomes didn't lose in the Super Bowl. This wasn't the Super Bowl,
all right, I'm
sir.
done. I'm gonna let you go, Wayne.
This was
He
the
lost an
playoffs. This is the
AFC
playoff.
champion.
The AFC.
Yeah.
That's not the Super Bowl, Wayne.
How many AFC championships has
He
Brady
couldn't even.
lost?
He didn't even make it to the Super Bowl.
How many AFC championships has Brady
Who did he
lost?
lose to though? Peyton Manning, Hall of Famer. He lost. Joe. You think Joe Burrow is going to be a Hall of Famer by the end of his career?
He has a
Wayne,
strong chance to be.
He could be.
Small sample size, huh? All right,
He's a number
that's
one
fair.
pick and he's in the Super Bowl and in like
That's fair, but
year
no.
two.
When Brady lost Brady lost the Super Bowl to weak quarterbacks, but that's the final game of the year. It's you know what I'm saying. It's the game of the
That's
year.
crazy. Like
It's
when
the
it comes
game
to
of the year. He didn't even make it to the Super Bowl. This is his redemption year. He lost to Brady in the Super Bowl. He hasn't beaten Brady in the Super Bowl. So
Hmm.
all right,
He's look. He's still going
look,
to be in goat conversation
there
at the
can
end of
only
the
be
day.
one GOAT. That's what
Because
I'm
you know what's
saying.
what's going to happen if he gets a good enough team around him. But I'm telling you, I think it's going. I mean, if they have cap and they do it, great. Good for him.
There can only be
But
one GOAT. My
he
bad,
has
Chris.
he has what? How many rings right now? Wayne, two or
Who?
one?
one. He
No,
has
one.
one.
He
One.
has
Don't
one.
don't say two. One.
All right, he has one. He has one. If he gets like three more rings at least, three more rings, and he breaks all the records, like great, like significantly, not even close, because he's the way his trajectory has been with that. How can you not say he's not in the goat conversation?
Don't you know Tom Brady lost to Joe Flacco in the AFC
All
Championship
right, but
game.
Tom Brady lost
Hey,
to the
Joe
Ravens. They
Flacco
lost to the
is elite.
Ravens,
Come
Wayne.
on,
They
Joe
lost to the
Flacco's
Ravens.
elite.
Okay, stop
He
He
it.
is an
lost
elite
to
quarterback.
Stop it.
he lost to Mark Sanchez.
Hey, a lot of people lost to Joe Flacco in the playoffs.
I'm talking about Mark Sanchez.
Marshall Sanchez playing with who?
The Jets.
Come on, bro. That's a Tennessee based game.
That team
And
was
Division
nice
game.
though.
That's division game.
That Jet team was nice.
yo, who the hell was
That
the quarterback
yeah.
for the Broncos in 2005? Let me see who this was.
Brock Osweiler. No,
Might be.
that was
No, it's
sooner.
not Brock
That was
Osweiler.
that was way sooner.
I'm not.
Um,
I'm not even gonna tell you who it was. I'm not even gonna say
say
it,
it,
bro.
say it, say it, say
but
it. I want to
Jake
know.
but look,
Plummer.
but look,
He
but
lost
look,
to
but
Jake
look.
Plummer.
Stop it,
Oh
because
man,
look how big of a sample size that is, bro. How many
that
times did
shit
he
is
lose to
funny.
like I said, the Peyton Mannings, and Philip Rivers, Hall of Famer. You know.
Oh my god,
Phil
bro.
Rivers is a Hall of
I'm
Famer.
just saying,
All
like,
right, let me say
Phil
this.
Rivers is a Hall of Famer.
He has to, in order for him to be in the GOAT conversation still and moving forward, which I think he will be in, they have to win the Super Bowl within the next 2 years, which I think is very possible for them to do. The main thing they need to do is get rid of Sorensen. Sorensen is so
Yeah.
fucking bad. He's so bad on that 2 point conversion. I was so mad, bro. Linebacker, like, bro, who like no one has outside. You have the outside, but yeah, they gonna. He has to win a chip within the next 2 years. If he can end his career winning 4 to 5 championships, break all the records, and don't lose in the Super Bowl again. So, because you know how if I don't care if he keeps losing in the AFC Championship, as long as he doesn't lose in the Super Bowl, he goes 5-1 in the Super Bowl or 6-1 in the Super Bowl, breaks all the records.
yeah,
Then yeah,
if he's making it to the Super Bowl, then I can give him that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, I just feel like with what he has on his offense, there ain't no reason why he should be losing.
but
No,
we is football only an offensive game?
no, but look at what
No.
Brady used to have. You know what I'm saying? Other than that year
And
we
you look
had,
on his defense. His Patrick
yeah.
Mahomes defenses can't even sniff what Brady defenses did. But
What
let
you
me. I
mean?
want to talk. I want to
What
talk
you
about
mean? They
this
gave up three
list.
points.
Oh, I want to talk about what Stephen A. did a top 5 all time QB list. He had Brady at 1, Joe Montana at 2, Peyton at 3, Patrick Mahomes at 4,
It's too early.
and Aaron Rodgers at 5.
That's too
What,
early. You
what do you
can't put
guys
him.
think?
You can't put him top five all time already. It's too early in his career. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
that's not fair,
It's
bro.
too early.
So I don't give me that emotion out
Like
there.
keep it real, Wayne. Like that's too early.
he's he's up there. He's definitely up there.
He's getting
He,
there. He probably will be there by the end of his career.
he's top 10 all time currently. I feel like as far as
You know,
like,
he's talking about all
and you
time,
know,
all
I always
time.
but you know
Yeah,
I
that
always go off.
he's
I,
already top 10 all time. There's
I always go off of like stats and like eye tests as well. So like that's where the difference comes in for me. Like
I
Patrick
hear it,
Mahomes
but
is he's a
yeah.
playmaker.
If you go stats and eye test, there's no way you're gonna sit here and tell me Drew
He's a
Brees is
playmaker.
better than him.
I wasn't even putting him in top five all time. I don't even know who the fifth would be. But all I'm
They
saying
got
is
the same
that's
amount of
too
rings.
early for Mahomes right now.
Facts,
Yeah.
he do got the same amount of ring as Drew Brees. But Let's go talk about the next game. Rams win the NFC. So let's go first thing first. What does this mean for Matthew Stafford?
He's one game away from solidifying his Hall of Fame career. That's what it says. And
We
it
did
says
say
and it says how terrible of a franchise Detroit was because this guy clearly can win if you surround the right weapons around him. And you know what? That's
yeah,
my opinion. Like,
we
yeah,
did say if he won the Super Bowl, he would definitely kind of
I'm
solidify
a,
his position in the Hall of Fame voting.
I think
Um,
he's still close right now to get in regardless. But I think if he gets a Super Bowl, he's definitely probably in.
I just want to say, Matthew Stafford, man, I'm happy for you. I'm proud for you. Like this is like I'm trying to think the equivalence of like who this would be if they went on a team like in any other sport. Like
Um,
I can't even think because this is like the first time where you could see like, yo,
hey,
if
yo,
this guy just
AI,
had somebody.
like AI. AI never
Yeah,
got to win.
yeah. If AI just went to the
Yeah,
right team, this is what
yeah.
they would. This what it would literally feel like. Yeah, that's a. If Matthew Stafford is Allen Iverson, if he just went to the right. No, not even because Matthew Stafford, because AI went to the
he went to
championship,
the finals
I
though.
went to
mean,
the
but yeah, but he
He
never
final.
won
carried
a
him to the
ring. He
finals.
never won
He was
one.
a
Is what I'm trying
franchise
to
player.
say.
He was the
Um,
team.
let's see
No,
another
no.
one. I can figure out. Didn't T Mac never went to one either, right?
Yeah, it
Tracy
was
McGrady.
later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tracy
later.
McGrady
Yeah,
was
this
nice though.
that's perfect.
Tracy McGrady. Yeah.
If Tracy McGrady, if he went to a team like the Lakers or something, yeah, Tracy McGrady went to a team like the Lakers. That is the equivalent of Matthew Stafford going to the Rams and getting the dub. One win away. So I gotta ask you guys, if they do win this, does it mean that's the next thing they do in the NFL to mortgage your future to give your team a 2 year window to win the Super Bowl?
No,
Should teams do that?
no,
Uh,
because I mean, yeah, it's cool for the first couple years, but like you're gonna hit the cap wall eventually.
but
You're,
But you
you're
got a Super Bowl out
that's
of
what I'm
it.
saying. In this area,
yeah,
like if you got a
great,
ring,
great,
it's
great.
you want it the easy way, the fast way.
We will see how it will be when the Rams do it.
Cause I'm saying the Buccaneers did it last year. Mortgage your whole entire future to get some money.
Mm.
So if the Rams do it, that's two teams in a row doing it. So
Yeah.
it might be worth it. So my next question is for you guys. Where is Jimmy G's next destination? Because I think we all know the way that game ended, even though he low key threw a dot to the running back, he just dropped it. You
Jimmy
saw one of
G.
you saw one of the greatest defensive players of all time make a great play.
Possibly the best of all time.
So you're saying that play defined his his final result enough for the franchise?
If there's ever
That
a way to end how you end a book perfectly, that was a perfect way to end Jimmy G's career. That basically wrapped it up right there. Because he's not a bad quarterback, he's a winner.
He is a winner.
So where do you guys see him
no,
ending up?
he's on winning
Do you
teams.
want me to give you like the number one or like a top three destinations for
And
him?
do not troll me right now.
No, top three destinations.
Top three destinations for Jimmy G. Go
No order.
in order.
Washington, Pittsburgh, and this is probably my wild card unless they drafted quarterback. Carolina.
DL?
Um, you want me to name mine or tell you why I disagree with all three of
Just,
those
just
picks?
name it. Just name yours. Just name yours.
Probably New Orleans. Um, and anywhere else would be a backup because in my eyes, Jimmy G's not starting.
All right. That's good.
So I really
So
can't. I
Oh,
can't give it to any team because
let me name my let me
even. Oh yeah, go ahead, Wayne.
I got I like the New Orleans pick. New Orleans. I don't think they really got money for that, but New Orleans. I'm going to go with Seattle, and I'm going to go with the football team, the Commanders. You guys made a face when I said Seattle. I said Seattle because I do not
No,
think
well, I
Russell
agree.
Wilson will be there.
Yeah, I was agreeing with you on that Seattle one. Because I don't think
Maybe.
Russell Wilson's gonna be there either. But if he does, like, if he does stay,
You're
Jimmy G
trading
wouldn't.
Russ for Jimmy G?
No, yeah, that's what I'm
No, no,
saying.
no.
You're not. I'm saying
You're
if
not.
Russ just stays, like if he doesn't, you know what I'm saying, leave Seattle.
He's gonna leave, and then they're gonna need a quarterback.
Right. I disagree with the Washington. Both of y'all said Washington because, like, in my eyes, he's equivalent to Heineke. Like, I have
Nah,
a
he
better.
What?
Bro, you're not. Jimmy G's
no.
not going to the football team and making a difference.
He is the
You
equivalent
get
to Heineke. Heineke did
he'll
not lead
he'll make
them.
y'all a playoff team.
Hmm?
He'll make y'all a play. He'll make the
But
Commanders a playoff
you
team.
gotta realize Heineke is what a backup quarterback coming into a franchise that already sucks. Jimmy G is not a the 49ers aren't a bad team, and
Jimmy
The
G
he did
football
was
team's not
playing.
a bad
Yeah,
team.
they're a couple pieces away from being a
and they
good
were
team.
exactly, and Heineke wasn't the problem. They've been building with
But Jimmy
Heineke, like,
G could win
Heineke
games
they,
for
cost them
them.
some games. Heineke cost them some games
but
this year.
that's what you're gonna get from a quarterback like he was sitting behind Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick got hurt.
Dude, Jimmy G
Who
didn't
knows
really
if
make
Fitzpatrick come
mistakes
back? He won't play.
until
You think
like
Fitzpatrick is? Don't you think Fitzpatrick is
Y'all
better
can
than
run the
Jimmy G?
ball. Y'all got Terry McLaurin, Curtis
mm,
Samuel, a
mm.
great defense.
Logan
Honestly,
Thomas at tight end.
All right,
Logan Thomas at tight end. That's a perfect match for you guys.
so
Honestly,
But
are the
you know what their big sign is? They need to get that guard back. That guard's a free agent, Brandon Sheriff. They're
yeah,
one of the Pro
I
Bowl
agree with y'all
guards.
with that.
So
My point is, like,
it's a big.
what does the 49ers not have all of that you just named? And is
We're
the
saying
I'm
we're
saying is Jimmy G the reason why the 49ers are like so high
he
powered in
did win them
offense?
games. I think
Or does
this
he
year.
manage games? Like,
Yeah,
he's not like he manages games. He's not like he's not gonna go to your franchise and, like,
you can't
make a
win with the
huge
game
difference.
managers.
Y'all say he's a winner. He's on winning teams.
He
He's
wins and he's a game manager. You saying you
that
can't?
year, that first couple of years, that first year he went to see 49ers, they were not winners, and he went up there and won with trash people. He could win, bro. It's just like they put so much pressure on him. They didn't have any confidence in him. He goes there with Rivera. Rivera instills some confidence into him. I think we could see
Great
Jimmy G
coach.
go to.
he
He
is
could throw
he
for
is.
4,000 yards with that team. They got a good running game. They got a great defense. A great. I mean, it's literally the same exact team, just
Terry
less pressure
McLaurin
on
is
him.
Yeah.
nasty.
That's why I say, like, it is the same exact situation, but that's why I say I feel like
So my question
why
is,
would he
y'all, do
why would he
do
do
you
that?
guys think Trey Lance will be ready next year? If they put Trey Lance on this team, is
You,
he taking them to a Super Bowl?
no, I wouldn't say
He's
next year off rip. No,
So if they finish worse next year than they finished this year, will it be a mistake to get rid of Jimmy G?
no, because
From what I watched from Trey Lance, I do not think he's ready yet.
traditionally it takes
the thing
quarterbacks a little
is,
bit of time
if they
to
get
make
rid of
playoffs and whatnot.
Jimmy G, they're gonna have to bring somebody in so Trey Lance can sit behind him and watch.
That's like
So
asking.
so
That's like
that means
asking.
so you think it would be no reason for them to get rid of Jimmy G? That
Right.
would be the wrong
I
move.
think if Jimmy G goes to a franchise like the football team, it's gonna be the same exact thing. So it's no point.
But like to your point, Wayne, like if he plays these next couple years and doesn't win, you're asking like, is it a mistake, right? Basically,
Yeah.
that what happens if that happens with Trevor Lawrence? What if he doesn't win for the next 3 years? Is that a mistake for them to draft him at right where they drafted him?
No,
No,
he'll
no.
just be a
You got to
bust.
give them a couple. They're like I said, right now,
If
the
Trevor Lawrence
competition.
isn't good in the next 3 years,
Come
he's
on,
probably the
come on.
biggest bust ever.
Yeah, that's just
let's
bust.
let's
Like,
be completely honest right now. This day and age in the NFL, there are a ton of great quarterbacks playing football right now, and the
not say
teams are
great.
great teams. What I'm saying, but like above, like you know what I'm saying. Like people are really good. These are
We
probably the
never seen
best.
quarterbacks come in the beginning of their careers and do what they do
That's what I'm
now.
saying. Like this is probably the best the quarterbacks have been in a while. Like the guys that are losing aren't really bad quarterbacks. Just you're playing really good defenses with really good quarterbacks. Let's be
Yeah,
real. Like
that's true.
so, like
But
you got to give them a couple years.
Chubbs, you had this question in here. So you was talking about Eric Weddle being 37, 38.
Yeah, it's just a
Uh,
question. I just want to see what your thoughts are.
all right.
Hey, you know how
Ask
they.
the question.
Yeah,
So you said should teams let proven players play past their age cap?
Well, so let me just explain what the age cap. What I mean, like everybody knows there's a common stereotype like with certain positions, their longevity is like a certain amount of years. Eric Weddle hasn't played football for like what 2 years, 3 years almost. I think he got off his couch, best shape, still in really good shape, and has been making plays this whole playoffs. And last night he led the team in tackles on the Rams. Like, should like you think it's wrong for people to say, "Oh, this guy can't play no more. He should be retire." Like, you think people should get like more chances to continue and not be like, "Oh, this is my time to go." I know right now Brady is a rare case, but I'm talking about other guys like defenders because NFL. Let's be honest, NFL execs, GMs say, "Oh, this guy's getting like 10th, 12th year. Like, he's not worth this money. Like, it's time to let him go." But he could easily make like 10, 12 tackles.
It was a little short sample size. It was a little playoff run.
I'm just
They
saying.
need they no Chubbs. They got to go sit their old ass down. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
that's what you're saying.
I don't know. I disagree. I feel like there should be an age gap at all.
No, I don't
There
There,
think
is.
there's really an age gap. It's just
There, there,
when his play went down. So his play went down,
yeah,
and he's
but, oh
able to
yeah,
show up
right, right.
but
for
there,
a short sprint.
but there
Yeah.
isn't like that stereotype that certain positions should like. There isn't like a. This is how long they usually last.
Well,
But
the
I
thing
mean, they
is,
do usually
Because
last
people
like
that
I was
say
long.
they people
saying,
say
no.
running backs are 9 to 10 years, and that's it.
But running backs are different because they get hit more.
I'm saying, but
Like
there's
I was,
different.
but there should be no. It shouldn't be an age cap on defense. Definitely not because you're delivering the hit for one. You know what I'm saying. You're not banging every single play, and you take care of your body like just in general. Like, and if you don't feel like you can play, just don't play.
Because
Uh,
I want Eric Weddle to win it
you
all, man.
who's people Richard Sherman. I was about to say Richard Sherman. He sat out for a year, came back and got hurt. So
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
yeah, it's
So
not
Just,
for
it's,
everybody. So
all right, I
you
hear
get what
you.
you
I
pay
hear you.
for.
I hear you.
You get what you pay
I
for.
guess Eric Weddle just future Hall of Famer if he wins the Super Bowl, but so,
no,
Eric
he is
Weddle.
not,
he
bro.
could
Eric
be.
Stop
Weddle.
there.
He could be.
No, yo,
Eric
you're
Weddle could be.
you're like the basketball people. You guys just want to throw everybody in the MVP in the Hall of
It's
Fame.
pretty interesting if you look it up, though. He could be.
Why? Because he
Read
played
some
for the
articles.
Ravens.
No, I mean he
Yeah,
did play for the Ravens, but
you keep coming with this article bullshit. I could go write an article and let it be on
hey,
Google. I'm
Put
gonna
it
hey,
on
start doing it. You
Wikipedia.
know what?
it's
I'm
okay.
gonna start writing articles so you can say it's an article. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start writing house divided columns. So
Credible right now.
I'm make myself credible. All right, but let's go. I wanted to add a new segment to the show, and we're gonna do this right now for football, but we're gonna do it for basketball as well. So you guys better be paying attention. But we got the house divided player of the week. So this is the segment where we choose a player who efforts helps his team win the game. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off. You'll probably hear Zuri going crazy in the background. Uh, but I'm gonna kick it off with Trey Hendrickson is my house divided player of the week. Defensive end for the Bengals had 1.5 sacks, 3 QB hits, 6 QB pressures. He was a menace in the second half for the Bengals en route to their victory to beat the Chiefs. He forced a fumble as well. He really helped keep Patrick Mahomes in check and absolutely destroyed Orlando Brown in his matchup. So that is my house divided player of the week. Trey Hendrickson, congratulations for winning the first official house divided player of the week award voted by me. So I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and name your people. Get it
Me,
off. Yeah,
me,
I know who you're gonna say.
top two receiver, and he might not be two. Hey, 11 receptions, 142 for two tutties. Cooper Cup is definitely my player of the week, man. That dude is unreal. This man's breaking double teams, getting open, route run is crisp. Bruh, he should be in MVP talks for sure. Cooper Cup, my player of the week.
I'm gonna go ahead and be a troll.
I know
No,
he's.
don't
I
be a
knew he was
troll.
gonna
Don't
do
be a
it.
Go ahead and be a
troll.
troll. Okay,
Don't
I
be
think I'm
a
gonna
troll.
say I'm gonna go ahead and say your man Eli Apple. Not only is he a player of the
Oh,
week, he made the play of the week, stopping Tariq right before halftime to seal the comeback and the comeback run. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm gonna be a troll and say Eli Apple because I really want to see them run the ones because of that
They
commentary.
going to box probably in the
I really
summer.
want to
It's
see
going to be
that.
on
I
pay
really
per
want to
view.
see that.
It's going to be on pay per view. It's
All
going to be on a
right,
Jake Paul card.
that's gonna be a new segment we're gonna bring out each and every week. Obviously, when we're in season, because when basketball season ends,
Well,
I don't know.
USFL if you want to watch that. I mean,
I mean, we're gonna talk all the football we want, man. You know what I'm saying? All the football
that's
we
about
want.
April.
So, April, football years is a year-round sport. So, I think we kind of already talked about the Brady situation already. So, I'm going to bring in another new topic where it's called front desk, front office. So, you guys are going to play GM, VP of a team, and you're going to tell me you have one instant move you will make to make this team better. So, right now, an instant move you would make as a Miami Dolphins GM
To make the team better,
to make the team better. Whether that's a coach
you know,
hiring, whether that's a getting rid of a person, trading for a person. This is where you guys get to play GM.
well,
This is what I'm doing. I got one.
There you go.
Miami, you obviously have an O line situation. A big problem. Very big problem. If you look at your free agency this year, there's a ton of really good talent.
Have the
You
most money.
you got the most money. You need to either spend all you can to get Terran Armstead at your left tackle or Brandon Shure at your guard. No matter what, you need to improve that offensive line if Tua is going to be your quarterback like your GM wants it and your owner wants it. So you need to improve that O line. Defense is fine. It's fine. We got money. Defense played really good. We got money. We need to work on that offensive line.
yeah, no, I agree. Their defense. That's why it took me so long to like think about it. They beat us twice this year. Uh, so the defense is pretty good. I was thinking about the wide receivers. They're pretty good at wide receiver too. Quarterback, they're pretty set. Like I said, they was in the building phase. Um, so I don't know. That's a tough one for me. Um, I
I could
think.
go if
Go
you
ahead.
want me
Yeah,
to
go
go.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. My first move as a Miami Dolphins GM, we're gonna make this right and make it solid. There's rumblings of a guy in Seattle that doesn't want to be there anymore.
Hmm.
I do what I can. I get Tua Tunga Vialoa Violina out of South Beach,
Viola Bridge.
and you bring Russell Wilson to South Beach. Why wouldn't Sierra want to be there? You bring him there. You have a great defense. I'm just gonna make that's my first move I'm making. That's the first move I'm making. And if I get Russell Wilson to South Beach, so will other talent. So
Okay.
that's my first move.
So Cleveland.
Well, DL got to tell us what he would do.
Oh,
Like I
he.
said,
Either
I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't touch it. I don't. And I don't want to use this segment to disagree with y'all, but um, I think Tua is all right. He was doing pretty good at the
so
end of this.
you have to get an offensive lineman there if you're gonna keep it to
Yeah,
the
yeah, offensive line. I would agree with this. If you're gonna keep Tua, just spend your money to keep him healthy. So I would agree.
Okay. So Browns. Where do we start? Where do we start? We don't need a running back. We don't really need some receivers. Maybe. Don't need tight ends. I don't need
Nah,
offensive
not tight
line.
ends. You need
Don't
to
need
get rid
young
of
DBs. We
Denzel.
got DBs.
Nah, you
I
need to get
don't
rid of
need
Denzel.
linebackers. I
say
don't.
it,
I don't
say
think I need a D line
say
either.
it, say it.
Don't say Baker.
I need to get Baker the hell out of here.
Don't say Baker.
Baker is not winning me a Super Bowl. I'm sorry, you
So what
Cleveland
are you
fans.
doing?
I am trading Baker probably for Deshaun potentially, or be ballsy. Maybe they don't. One of these teams don't like their young quarterback. Throw it out there. Try to get Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, one of the rookies. Why not? No, I'm saying one of the rookies. Why not for Baker Mayfield? He's a first round. number one overall pick, right? He should have some value, but Baker needs to go. But Deshaun, if you can get Deshaun for him, sure, that's top one. But
The
new quarterback,
Browns, the Browns need to get rid of their offensive coordinator. I don't think Baker's the problem. He had surgery, so I think he's gonna have better years. You should say they don't need receivers. Baker's not a bad quarterback.
Baker's not
Um,
a great quarterback.
he's not, but he's better than your average one.
Is he going to win you
Uh,
Super Bowl?
he could. It's not his fault they be losing all the time. They beat y'all once this year. They could have easily won the division
But
this year
but
too.
but this year should okay. He has an excuse this year with this whole shoulder issue. What about previous years where he was all decision making?
It's chemistry too. You got players like you said, like they said, Odell Beckham didn't want to
Chemistry.
be there. Yeah, Odell didn't even want to be there. Like
At
he hasn't
first,
won,
chemistry. He
hasn't
was
played.
all in with Jarvis Landry.
Here we
He
Yeah,
couldn't.
go.
but
He couldn't produce with him. Come on.
You ready?
Is he a good quarterback if he can't produce with Odell?
I think he's a
Let
good quarterback regardless. I mean, so I just feel like Odell didn't want to be there, and Jarvis Landry, to your point, I don't think he's like what he used to be.
He's an above average quarterback.
Yeah, I
you
agree.
ready for
So you
me?
can win with him. Yeah, go ahead.
We have everything we need to win, including our quarterback. So, what is our quarterback missing? He's missing big time receiver. He's missing a big time receiver. He had an Odell, and people think it couldn't work out. But he doesn't need a receiver that's going to beg and bother him for the ball, which throws off his game. So, I'm going to do this if I am the Cleveland Browns GM, and I'm going to sign these two free agents right here. I'm going to get Allen Robinson, and I'm going to get Mike Williams. And I'm pairing them together
Okay.
with
Hmm.
Baker Mayfield. And I don't
Oh.
care where Juice goes, he can go. And I have two big target receivers, two big target tight ends, and the best running back duo in the league. And we're making things happen.
Is Hunt's not a free agent this year? He does 1 year.
I could double check that.
I thought he was coming up on his contract.
So you don't like wait? So you don't like either or one of those free agent receivers with Jarvis Landry?
Jarvis is now an issue in
Do they have
Cleveland.
enough
He
money?
cannot be there. Yeah, they have enough money to afford both of them.
You don't
I
think that was
mean,
Because
because of
both of them are not super top tier, so you can afford to
I
give them
think
both first.
you could get
that's
Mike
true.
Williams affordable, but I think Allen Robinson still might
If I
try
could
to
just get one of them, I'm
tax
fine.
you.
That's why I
I'm
say if you
saying.
can get one of them, you'll be straight because you got
Yeah, I mean Mike
two of the
Williams.
best
Yeah,
running backs
he'd
in
be
the
good
league
for
too.
him. He'd be good for him.
With
No,
Joe,
Hunt is still on the team.
All right, but how for how many years?
I don't know. I just know he's not a free agent.
Okay, all right, all right.
But Baker, when he got his surgery, he's healthy. He played not healthy all year. Before that, the year when he was healthy, we were a couple plays away from being the Chiefs. So
I
that
don't
is what
think.
I'm
Yeah, that's what
doing.
I'm saying. I don't think the Browns are a bad team at all. And like
So
in that division, is easily winnable.
and a lot of people want to play Bame Baker, but we're not gonna sit here and act like their defense played up to the potential that they should have played this year. They
No,
did
their
not.
defense should be a lot better than they are. Like Jadavion Clowney shouldn't be getting shook when trying to get a sack. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Denzel Ward is a disappointment to me. He's always been a disappointment to me.
What? He was
He's
Denzel
good,
was
but he's been a disappointment. I liked him at Ohio State. That's why he just,
okay.
you
Okay.
know.
So that was a good segment. So that was the first segment of front desk front office. Each week we'll come in there and we're gonna do this for basketball as well. Front desk front office. So we're gonna give you guys who we would like. So I do want to ask you guys a question. We had this on the board. So I guess we're. I really don't want to talk about Antonio Brown again, but we can do it.
That wasn't
So,
me.
Got to, man.
got to. So should
Got
he
to.
be allowed another chance?
He be
Um,
frustrating me. That's
Mm,
should he be allowed another chance? Let me say this. If he keeps on this media rant that he's on,
well,
he's probably not going to be able to play in the league again. And I think he kind of realizes that. So Does he deserve another chance? If what happened, exactly what happened, he says happened, then yes.
I agree, but Antonio's
Will he
gonna
get one? No.
Antonio's gonna go. Antonio does this. It's like a pattern, bro. I don't know what it is. He goes on a little rant, then he gets on his apology tour. He's gonna start apologizing to everybody. He does it. He did it with the Patriots. Then
Yeah.
he's like tell like Robert Kraft like I want to
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then he apologized,
But
Robert
we
Kraft.
we
But
just
like,
wasn't having that because we're not an organization for
but I'm
it's
saying
one and
like,
done for us.
yeah,
You
it's.
know.
I think he has a chance, but like he didn't help his already toxic situation that he
Yeah.
puts out about himself. Like,
The only reason why I brought it up is because, like you said, he does it often. Um, Sometimes I do think it's for like media purposes, to get his celebrity cred up. And my question is like to y'all, like what at what point is it just like unacceptable? You know what I'm saying? It's just like come on now. If
I,
he's
I
if he's allowed to come back into the league, and you
so
know what I'm
so
saying.
what is like
Now
the
would I
final
want to be on
straw?
the would I want to be his teammate? No, I would not want to have him on my team.
I
And that's what I'm saying. Like
see.
whoever
I don't.
whoever whoever would to pick him would be whoever
I,
would be willing enough to pick him up. What is that saying to the rest of the team?
but no, but I don't agree with that. I think you need to have
What standard are
you
you
need
holding?
to have a good locker room. I honestly
But
believe that. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like I know that he was probably a head case in Pittsburgh, but that's a good locker room. You did not hear shit come out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my language. You did not hear stuff come out from Pittsburgh about Antonio Brown that often.
But we said that was the only locker room that was suitable for Antonio.
But no, there's a couple I think that could do it,
if
and
he
I'm not.
couldn't last in the Patriots and the
Yeah,
Brady
yeah, but
locker
he
room,
hasn't, bro.
he can't do
Ever
nothing
since
else.
he left Pittsburgh, he hasn't been in an organization
Mike
for more
Tomlin
than
was
a
the
year.
only coach to keep him in check.
Yeah, and you know why?
I mean, I think other teams could, but I think the Rams probably Sean McVay actually lets his team do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, yeah, there's no way.
But
He will be yelling at Matthew Stafford on the middle of the field. And I don't know
probably.
why the Ravens fans want him there because he's gonna chew Lamar out
See,
by week six.
but that's a locker room. I think that he could mesh with. But I agree. I don't want him. I think it would be nice to have him, but I don't want him because I know he doesn't fit the team.
It
Especially
doesn't
because
fit the guys.
we're keeping Greg Roman, like Harbaugh said
Lamar
today.
Lamar would force the ball to him because he wouldn't want to hear his mouth, and that would harm you guys.
But he also gets open a lot. So
Yeah, but then you're negating Mark Andrews. How's Mark Andrews gonna feel?
what do you mean?
Yeah.
That's a Travis Kelsey, Tyreek Hill situation, right?
All right, then Marquise Brown, he already be tweeting. We so,
He
you
got
know, so,
he
So,
one K receiver, man.
so
oh
if
my
He is. Check
so
the
if
stats.
he does not, if this is his career, is he in that conversation for Hall of Famer?
Let me tell you this right now, because you have two questions on here, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. Antonio Brown is a top four receiver all time, top five receiver all time, and he's not five
All time.
all time.
So name your five right now.
So he's four. If he's
Name your
not,
five right. Oh
Four.
no, stop, 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 stop. Name your top five all time right now.
You already know the first three. Then Antonio
Just say it.
Brown.
Just say it. Just say it. No, I want the five. Come on.
He's five. Never mind. I'm take that. He's five. I'm gonna go Jerry Rice.
Okay.
That
As,
in order. In order.
as you
Jerry
should.
Rice,
Hmm.
Terrell Owens,
Okay.
Randy Moss,
Okay.
Megatron,
Okay.
AB.
What's your five, Dio?
I got. I don't. I haven't even thought about this all the time. I haven't thought about this in a while. But I have. I definitely have Jerry. I have Randy Moss first. Sorry, Randy Moss first. Um, then I have uh, Jerry Rice. I think Randy Moss is better than Jerry Rice. Then I have Marvin Harrison. Sorry. Then I have Terrell Owens. And then I have Megatron.
You got Terrell Owens after Marvin. Yo.
Yes.
Oh my God, bro. You
What you want me to
like
say? Reggie Wayne.
bro. In
Well,
what
Marvin
world?
Harris, I
In
told you
what
it's not
world?
just off of
So
stats, bro.
yeah. So that.
You,
Thank you for
y'all,
saying
y'all go on, y'all, come on, it's not just off of
my
stats.
number
I
one.
know it's not.
My number one. I personally, it's my number one is Randy Moss. Two will be Jerry. Three Terrell. Four. Who was your fourth Wayne again? I just lost.
Megatron.
You said Megatron
Megatron.
AB.
AB would not be my fifth. My fifth would be fuck. I just had him. What was it? Fuck. I just lost it.
Julio.
Um, no, Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison.
Not really.
He broke records with Peyton. Like right now, he's my
Marvin
fifth.
Harrison.
Marvin Harrison. Sorry, I'm sorry I cursed too.
And it's the eye stat,
But
the eye
but
test too.
AB but AB if AB continues to play potentially and then gets another ring, depending on what team he would go to.
Rings don't matter for
Now,
receivers. He's not Joker.
of the little men,
But still, if he went to play
Julian
more,
Edelman,
I think he'll be
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill,
he would get that.
Cooper Kupp, AB. That's his category.
Oh
Who?
my god. No, I'm
I
not.
said
Oh,
I said
yo,
of the little men
yo,
receivers,
we're not
the
getting to
Julian
this. We're
Edelmans,
not getting to
the
this
Wes
just.
Welkers.
Let's not. Let's.
Do you want to go into what? Obviously,
AB and
DL want to
Julian
talk
Edelman
about
are
my
the
top
same
five receivers.
player.
Are we going? Are we getting into that?
Let's
Edelman
go.
has more rings than
He wanted
AB.
to talk about it.
Let's go. So let's go.
So
Um, uh,
I know a lot of y'all are really upset with what I said.
Let's
He needs
hear
to
it,
get off, whatnot, blah blah blah.
that low key went viral like
Can I just say
bro.
that.
why he is
Like,
not
bro.
top
No,
five?
no, we're gonna say that
No, no, no.
after the
I
season.
want to hear who your top five are,
So let's
because there's
can I
no
just
you
question?
have no
It
reason.
could,
There's no logical reason to have
it's
him.
year by year basis because the NFL does the NFL 100 every year, but it's a year by year basis. So
Oh.
yes, it is. So if we're going off by that, by my stats and my calculations,
We should do a top 100. By the way, we should do that.
Cooper Cup has 1,900 yards. No order. Cooper Cup is in it. Devontae Adams is in it. Jay Jeff is in it. Jamar is in it, and Diggs is just that's my personal five, my preference, because he basically has typical not typical, similar stats to Tyreek. So it could be a flip flop, but he's in my five, and Tyreek is right there at six. And I'm not even naming Debo, who had 1,400 yards receiving with 800 yards rushing and 14 total touchdowns. Debo's my seventh. So I'm putting Debo behind Tyreek after this year. And
Chris,
he had a
I'm
crazy
simply
year.
asking you if you line up in one on one. If you line someone up in one on one coverage,
Mm-hmm.
receiver versus DB, who would you want as your receiver to run that run? Top five.
Bro,
To
you're
run.
just
I'm not
picking
talking
somebody.
about.
You're
No,
picking him off of speed, bro.
I'm talking. I'm athleticism, ability. I
You're
pick everything
no,
off of eye
you
test.
are
If you're
basically
going
picking him
based
off
off of
of running
stats,
by
bro.
him. That's what you're at. That's what you're
All
saying.
right,
You're picking him
all
because
right,
he's running by him. That's
all
speed.
right. Sorry,
That
sorry.
makes him
Okay,
top five receiver.
Your
that makes
number
it.
one receiver is basically did that his whole career. He was a 6'4".
That's not his fault. So what are you saying? He's supposed to be slow? I just don't understand your argument. Like he's fast. Okay, that's a
That's what
part
I'm
of the
saying.
game.
That's why it wasn't Randy wasn't routing people. He was
Yeah, he's
running by
Bro,
people.
bro,
catching the
bro,
ball with
bro.
one hand because he could.
But my thing
He
is, he was
invented
going
a
up
whole
and getting
word.
that. This is 11-man sport, right? There are
Mm,
always going to be people over top of him. That happens to all the top receivers. Like my point. Somebody said, "Oh, he gets doubled all the time." Great. So does Devontae. So does Coop. And these are part of the teams that have other aspects going against
Bro,
them.
we watched that game last night. Was Cooper Cup getting double teamed?
He was routing before it could. He gets the ball quick and gets out of there.
He is routing before
He
it could.
doesn't. He
He did
doesn't.
not get.
He
He was
doesn't.
not get. He did
Eli
not get
Apple's
double
about to
teamed.
be terrified. I'm telling you, he's gonna be terrified out there. But let's not sit here and act
Let's
like
not sit here and act like you didn't put four people in front of him or five people in front of him.
dude. Tyreek gets
Like,
still
come on, bro.
dude. Tyreek gets a
Like, I
fourth of
understand
the.
what you're saying, but
No,
five
you're
people
not.
that are betting better
Patty
than him
Mahomes
here.
threw the ball 600 times this year. You know that, right? And he got 159 targets. That's over. That's a fourth of the passes were going to him. What are you talking about?
Chris,
He had 1,200 yards this year off of
Chris,
111 receptions. That's okay. For
Chris.
instance,
Cooper Cup
no.
had 200 targets this year. What are you saying?
My question is, he's getting short stuff, right? And he's making something out of it.
Yes,
A guy that we played with in college that Dwayne says is
Don't
not.
you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare compare that Sit
Yeah,
there.
but I'm saying, I'm
Don't
saying,
sit there.
I'm saying
The
he
other
got
guy scores
he
touchdowns. All
he
right,
got that. He got that them receptions right.
Chubbs. He has over 1,000 yards.
I'm not saying I'm talking about the receptions should not matter if they're little short stuff and him getting like 9 or 8 10 yards. He's not. I'm saying other guys had 1,400 yards, 1,600 yards, 1,900 yards,
Those
two
guys are
hundred,
not sharing
two
that with
hundred,
Travis
two
Kelsey.
hundred, 200 plus. Dude, they got other receiver. Jamar has Tyler Boyd and T Higgins, who T Higgins went off last night, and he has Joe Mixon's run game, who Joe Mixon gets the ball a lot. Does he not? Does he
Look,
not?
what
No,
I'm,
does he
listen,
not? No, I'm
I
wait. I'm
Yeah,
understand what
I
everything.
want to get off this topic because we're just gonna be yelling at each other the whole entire
telling you,
time.
Oh my
there's
goodness.
Can we talk
every guy
about Jim
has an impact.
Harbaugh?
All right,
Can
yeah,
we talk
everybody has
about
an
Jim
impact.
Harbaugh? Can we talk about Jim Harbaugh? Jim Harbaugh might be coming back to the NFL. Saw something about him going to the Dolphins a day ago, and now I saw something about him going to the Vikings. If you're Jim Harbaugh, what team would you want to go to?
Two reasons. I'm gonna say Miami. One, because it's Miami. Why wouldn't you want to coach in Miami? Beautiful weather and all that. But I think that team has more upside right now than the Vikings too. That would be the second reason. Besides,
That
obviously, you got to fix the O line. Fix the O line. That team has more upside than the Vikings. I think.
how does all right? Let's move. How does
I
the
don't.
that team have more upside?
I like. I
The only thing the Vikings have better than the Dolphins is a defense. And their defense compared to the Dolphins defense is not a huge difference like their offense compared to the Dolphins
I
offense.
mean,
You have Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson,
Thielen might be gone. Yeah,
your top five receiver.
he is. He
Thielen
is.
is
Oh
still on contract,
He
and
is.
you like that?
my.
I don't like Kirk Cousins. That's why.
The
That's why I'm probably leaning towards Miami. I don't really like Kirk. You know that.
He's better than Tua.
He is, but like he's not going to win me a Super Bowl. Like
He has a high chance if he gets the right coach.
may may so like you think Jim Harbaugh is going to lead that team to the Super Bowl though?
I mean, he took Colin Kaepernick to Super Bowl, so he could probably take some people to Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they had Greg Roman at the offensive coordinator that year.
Look what Greg Roman's been doing in the
I know
Ravens.
he needs to go, but we're not going to get into that.
All right, DL better fit Vikings or Miami?
um probably the Vikings. Just like I said, with Miami, they already got all the pieces. You know, is Jim Harbaugh a defensive minded coach? You say
Offensive
Offensive.
money.
offensive minded. Yeah. Yeah, I would say the Vikings then because their offense is kind of more high powered and we can do a lot with that. Dolphins
Yeah,
don't need nothing. I stand
I
on that.
I think both
But
are either or, but honestly, but I
All
would
right,
lean to Miami.
Josh McDaniels is now the head coach of the Raiders.
mind blowing.
So, what does this mean for Mac Jones' development? Um, and what does this mean for Derek Carr?
We need to bring in Byron Leftwich if Mac Jones has a chance.
What?
That's our only hope.
He's going. He's going to be a head coach somewhere, probably
Yeah,
for the
nah.
Saints, probably
Yeah,
because it's going to be last choice.
I already have my speculations about Mac Jones, Josh McDaniels being gone. That ain't helping his case at all. Like I said, this is news to me. I didn't even know that. I just found that out today. Found that out today on the
Shot
site.
to the heart,
Yes.
and you're too late.
It's over.
Oh man, it's gonna be a long time coming for us for but congratulations. He's a good coach. He deserves it. I think he's gonna go. Where you say he went where?
He went to the Las Vegas with Derek
The
All
Las
Carr.
right,
Vegas Raiders. So, is
The
this a good thing for
Raiders.
Derek Carr?
I think it's a great thing, but
it's a plus.
I
Yeah,
think I
definitely.
think I think that's a type of quarterback that he could use in that type of system. So I think that's a great coach for him. All you need to get McDaniel's, you get an offensive line and another receiver. Your team's Gucci because that offensive line sucks.
But that's
So
all you think. That's because I know we asked like earlier, in the episodes earlier, if that was a situation where they was gonna blow that team up. If they blow that team up, you know,
I don't think they blow the team up anymore. Do I think he should have became the head coach for this position? I think this is probably one of the worst positions where he should have became the head coach.
Yeah,
In my opinion, they don't have any good receivers. Um, well, they have a couple, but they don't have no game breaking receivers.
He's
They
got
got
Darren Waller.
they got
Yeah.
Darren Waller. O line is in shambles. Derek Carr is good quarterback. It's cute. Um, Defense is nothing really to be all high and
Their
mighty
D
about.
ends. Yeah.
Um, but they can maybe turn around because they got two Patriot guys, and that's I guess the formula for them. So let's see where they go. Let's see what they do. I Derek Carr more than likely to stay. I would love for Derek Carr to be in Pittsburgh if we don't get Kenny Pickett. Doesn't look like that's going to happen anymore. But yeah, let's see where it goes though. See where it goes, and then we have the last and final question: State of the AFC versus the NFC going forward. Which conference has the edge for years to come? I want you guys to state in the next 5 years, what team, what conference will have the most Super Bowls? AFC or NFC? Don't tell me why. Just say which one. Chubbs,
AFC.
DL.
4-1 AFC.
Wow, I think it's AFC as well. What is what? Why you got? Why does everyone think that? Is it just because the quarterbacks?
Yeah,
I think quarterbacks play a big role. If you look at the NFC quarterbacks, they're either young and up and coming, or they're old and going out the door, or they're just average.
yeah. I
If
think
you look at the AFC quarterbacks, the young guys are playing pretty well. Mac Jones, okay, he didn't have a bad rookie year. You got Joe Burrow, you got Patty, you got Josh, you got Lamar, you guys are probably going to get somebody in Pittsburgh. If he get, it could be
Big
Aaron. Hey,
Deshaun, Big
hey, hey, hey,
Deshaun,
hey,
boy.
Aaron might come to Denver. That's another AFC. That's probably gonna.
Hey, if you know what's good for him, you better not.
But I'm saying, well, you don't know. Well, really? Still know what's best for him? Because
Yeah, if you still know what's good for him.
okay, well, and then Derek Carr. Like I'm saying, like we have the Tannehill, but if he sucks. But he's better than some NFC quarterbacks, I think.
top 10.
Yeah, fuck that. But
Sheesh, sheesh. Yeah, no, definitely the AFC because of Beach Christian said. Um,
just Justin Herbert.
then the NFC is just a battle of the old heads. You got Aaron Rodgers if he stays, Tom Brady if he stays. You got Dak Prescott who ain't doing nothing. I'm not convinced anymore about the Cowboys. Um, so like I said, they got
Matt Stafford.
yeah, but like even with
Russell
Matt
Wilson.
Stafford,
Danny Dimes.
nah, but even with Matt Stafford, I think this is his year. And after this year, it's going to be a little fall off. Not a fall off, but they're not going to be as good as this year. This is the year to do it.
Jalen Hurts and
Um,
all of them, man.
Jimmy G ain't, you
Justin
know,
Fields. His Matt
there,
Ryan.
there are no NFC quarterbacks who are looking
Jared Goff.
too promising right now. So
So we'll see.
All right. We'll see, man. Well, that is all that we have for this episode. We appreciate everybody that came through on Facebook. We're going to be here on Facebook Mondays and Fridays as well. Shout out to everybody that came through on Twitch as well.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, we're going to start giving you guys a lot more content. We're going to really start utilizing the Facebook platform a lot. But we appreciate everyone that comes through each and every week that comes out and sees us, man. We'll be back here again Friday at 8 p.m. to talk some basketball, talk some All Star voting, talk about what's next, what the Lakers gonna do, what all the topics in basketball. I already got. We might have a house divided player. We're gonna have a house divided player, and we're gonna play some GM as well. So, but until next time, my name is Dwayne, and I'm out of here, man. See you guys next week.
Tyreek's number 6. He's not top 5. Just saying.
Follow us on Instagram at FTO Entertainment, TikTok at House Divided Sports, Twitter HD Sports Pod, and then you know where to find us out on YouTube, House Divided Sports, and we are now on Apple TV, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Give us a rating, review us, get our stars up, get us a 5 star, man. But until next time, my name is Wayne. Here, my guy Chubbs, and Mr. Always Right.
Sir.
Yo.